Hello and welcome to Australia in Space TV. My name's Chris Cubbage, I'm the Executive Editor with My Security Media. We're at the Andy Thomas Space Foundation Australian Space Forum in Adelaide. I have Gino Bucciol. Did I said that correctly, Gino?
Perfect.
Really? My
Yes.
best Italian, okay.
Yeah.
You're with Officina Stellare.
Correct.
I
again.
have very bad Italian.
Yeah.
Better for you to say it, but thank you for coming on and welcome
Thank
to
you for
Australia
having
too. Introduce us to your role and your company, and then how you might fit into the Australian ecosystem in space.
Okay. My name is Gino. I'm the founder and the vice president for business development of Officina Stellare.
Got it?
Then I'm mainly involved in the business development
Yes.
activity, meeting people and looking for the new chances to develop what we are doing worldwide, and Australia is definitely a growing and important market for us. Then I'm very happy
Wonderful.
to be here.
Well, maybe just what about the company? What do you actually do, and where do you fit into the supply chain?
Officina Stellare is a so-called space factory.
Got it?
That means that we are focused on the upstream side of the space activities. Upstream is usually referred to the hardware.
Yep.
Then we are building pieces of hardware for space use. And in our case, especially, we are focused on the opto-mechanical systems.
Right.
Then I'm used to say that Officina Stellare is a factory that builds telescopes
Yes, very
for
much.
both ground and space application. Space is definitely an important field of application.
Would
for
there be
us.
any telescopes or satellites that we may know about? What type of, you must be on hundreds of different systems, right?
Yes, definitely yes. Telescopes are mainly used in space to take picture with very high resolution of
Yep.
what is on ground. It is an emerging market, extremely important, because the data you can extract from high resolution pictures can be used in precision farming, in border protection, in land and sea analysis, in business intelligence, and so many new market thanks to the data you can extract from high resolution picture, may also thanks to artificial intelligence algorithms that can do a lot of things
Yeah.
from the pixels that you can take from above.
And are you finding, what's your observations around sort of low Earth orbit observation and Earth observation? That's really your key market, I take
Yes.
it, or are you on the geo side
Yes,
as well?
Talking about the space side of our story, most of the activities are based in the LEO orbit.
Got it.
Because it's the perfect location to take pictures.
Yep.
The other orbits are too far away
Yep.
from the ground surface. But we are also based in ground for the other part of our activities that are mainly related with space situational awareness.
Yep.
That is an extremely important field of application in the future. Space situational awareness is mainly performed thanks to a net of telescopes installed on ground that survey continuously the orbit, looking for the possibility of collisions
space
or
junk, right.
taking pictures of the junks, or pieces of unused satellites that can become an issue.
Yep,
I
yep.
mean, in that case.
And obviously the higher resolution, the more detail you can find, and the size, and again the algorithms there understand what they're seeing and can report
Yeah,
in, right?
definitely yes. From ground, thanks to special hardware and algorithms, you can detect what kind of pieces is, the material sometimes
Yep.
also of the material, and you can taking several pictures of the different position over the time. You can calculate
Track
the
it.
orbit and project where the pieces will
Nice.
be in 2 days and so on.
It's an exciting field of science, isn't it? What's your main message here in Australia? What is it, just to get an understanding of the Australian space industry, or what's your main message on the floor there at this space forum?
Australia seems to be now really focused on an expansion of the space market.
Yep.
And what I heard this morning is perfectly aligned with what Officina Stellare is doing, because I've heard that the Australian government want to increase their presence in space for Earth imaging, for sea controls, want to deploy more stations for an awareness of space. Then it is perfectly aligned that the development of the space activities of Australia are perfectly aligned with what we are doing.
Yep. And is there any particular product or model that you're showing on the floor here, or is it something that you build to spec as well, potentially?
Both. I mean, we are used to build something new on the basis of special requirements.
Yep.
That's our everyday job, but we also have a catalog of quasi-standard products that we can offer. In space, we have some so-called optical payload that are standard for us, that we can replicate and sell as is to the customer.
Nice.
if it is matching what they want. But and in ground too, we have a range of telescopes or so-called optical ground station that are ready to be used.
Wonderful. How can we find out more? What's the website?
The website is officinastellare.com.
Beautiful. Okay, nice.
Course.
And where in Italy are you based?
We are based in the northeast part of Italy, not so far from Venice.
Okay.
Then if you decide to visit Venice, we are just half an hour driving from there.
Wonderful. Well, Gino Bucciol, wonderful. Thank you for coming on Australia in Space TV. Pleasure, and welcome to Australia too.
Thank you
Cheers,
again
mate.
for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Wonderful. Thank you.